Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
I don't have a kick.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is Monday. Wait,
Is it?
Not Tuesday. Oh, we are. We do got somebody on Kick commenting already. We're gonna get to that in a
Is it
second.
FTW?
No, it is not FTW. It's actually my boy. My boy Blue. He's my boy Blue.
You're gonna have to print out a instructions manual to get Randy on there.
Oh, good luck. Good luck. So we honestly, and we'll get into this. We'll get into this now. YouTube is not where it's at. YouTube is not where it's at. I love YouTube for some things, but to be able to consistently keep the followers and to consistently keep to get the monetization and the hours and that kind of stuff, it's very difficult. You know, we do decently, but not decently enough for how I feel this thing should be by now. Right? We've been doing this for what, 3 years?
2 years.
So
Yeah.
how long?
2+.
Two plus? Yeah, close to 3 years. So
It's almost 3. It'll be 3 years come next April, I think.
March.
Or March. No, it's
March. Yeah. So, and then when did you come on, Ricky? You came on in right before WrestleMania
or May, something like that. I think.
Right around WrestleMania time. But honestly, Kick gives us more of an opportunity to do things. So if you are coming across us on Kick, thank you so much. Make sure you follow. We cover wrestling. We cover some local stuff. Some of us are independent, do the independent wrestling thing. Some of us just watch wrestling, and some of us drool over the women that are in wrestling. So that's us. Right? That's us in a nutshell. That's you. So, Ricky to my bottom left, bottom right, left or right, Scotty pointing at you. So, or pointing at someone. Who knows?
I'm pointing at everybody.
Everybody comes across us. the world of Kick. Some of the biggest streamers are on Kick, and I want us to be that, right? And when you go onto Kick, I've yet to find anything wrestling related. It's a lot of video games and slots and whatnot and that kind of stuff, but not us. We talk wrestling. So again, get into it. Go look at it. It's a lot of video game streaming. A lot of gamers. I Show Speed. He's on there. Who else is on?
Last time we saw him, he got speared out of his boot at the Rumble.
He's actually he lost.
I Show Speared is what we should call him.
Speared. He's on YouTube. Oh, okay, he's on YouTube. Well, fuck him then. Anyway, Aiden Ross. Yes, Aiden Ross is on Kick. Yeah, that's my Kick aficionado in the chat. So anyway, if you're on YouTube or you follow us on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you follow us, please go over, join us on Kick, because within the next few months, hopefully before that, we are going to be most likely strictly Kick. So anyway, we'll get to all that kind of stuff here. But welcome, boys. It's Monday. Another big wrestling weekend.
Boy, was it ever.
3.
Yep.
Oh, we have 3 viewers right now on Kick. Well, welcome in. If you're viewing us now on Kick, say what's up. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I appreciate you. So anyway, big weekend of wrestling. Before we get to the big weekend of wrestling, we have a Maryland Toy Expo coming up this Saturday in Timonium with legends like Jonathan Cross, legends like Dwayne Gilbert, and then the guy who carries my bags, Brian Hardy. So no, just kidding. Come on out. Gilbert will be signing autographs, and Brian will be signing autographs. And me, I won't sign a fucking thing. I'm not signing your shit. But
You're
I will be there.
you're gonna sign our checks.
I will be there to sign your checks, and I will be there to talk shit to the people like I normally do.
Big old goose eggs.
Yeah. So.
We get participation trophies.
That's not the plan, but yes, possibly. So that's not the plan. But anyway, if you're in the Timonium area, the Baltimore area, please stop out to Maryland Toy Expo. It's actually 2 days. It's Saturday and Sunday, but we will be there. It's from 9 to 5 on Saturday and 1 to 4. Well, what time?
Yes.
What's the times?
I think it's wonderful.
Actually, I think things have changed a little bit. It's only one day this year because the next day they're doing the Maryland Sports Card Expo.
Oh, yeah. I think I did see that. I think you're right. Right. So if you love sports cards like we all do, right? Yep. We all do. I got a ton of women's sports cards. I can't tell you. Most of them are stuck together. Yeah. We don't want to talk about that.
That's the Pornhub collection sports cards that you got. That's nothing to do with sports.
Hey, porn is a sport.
It can be. It can be. I mean, I know I'm sweating thinking about it. Anyway, make sure you come out to the Maryland Toy Expo. We're going to be doing some giveaways, all kinds of stuff. You can see Gilbert, right? Gilbert, the man who's first. That's what I want to know. So Gilbert's going to be there. Going to be a good time. We'll have a good time. We have a good time every year. This will be our second year during the Toy Expo, right?
Second year.
Third year. I spent a lot of money. The second year, it cost me a lot of money. And then this year, we're hoping to break even. Anyway, join us for that. So, big weekend of wrestling. So, TNA on, what was that? What was the TNA pay-per-view?
Friday.
On Friday.
That was Friday night against all odds.
Against all odds. Saturday at 3 o'clock, we had the Worlds Collide.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. And then we had Money in the Bank. Out of the three, which was the better one?
Well, Money in the Bank for sure, just because it's WWE, but I'm not throwing any shade at Worlds Collide. That was still a pretty decent pay-per-view. Those luchadors can freaking move.
Yeah.
I did not watch TNA because what did I do Friday night?
We don't got to talk about it. We know what you did Friday night.
Yeah. Olay.
You ran into Gail Kim. Olay. Anyway, so let's get into a little bit of Worlds Collide.
All right, so the show started off with, and bear with me on names here because my God, my English is terrible.
Whatever it is, and it was C, and we're good.
Yeah, or gracias. Latino World Order and Lindsay Dorado versus Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. If you've never seen Mr. Iguana before, this guy is a character. He is, like you said earlier, he's the luchador Danhausen. He has this plush iguana that he pulls out. He's got green face paint. He's dressed in all green. This guy is a freaking character. I mean, he even did some stuff where they were playing hot potato with the iguana. It's like a puppet. He sticks his hand up in it, and he was kind of doing. We were just missing Santino and the Cobra. That was.
Are you sure it was a puppet? It wasn't a live iguana he was sticking his hand up in?
Dude, at first I thought he actually did have a live iguana, but then
honestly, when I first saw this guy, the first time I was like, "How is he getting that thing to sit on his shoulder?" And then they started throwing this thing around. I was like, "Oh, you're no way! They're not going to stomp this thing into the ground, are they?"
Nah. So Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana get the win over Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Lindsay Dorado in the match. Octagon caught Dorado with a moonsault fall-away slam to get the victory. Afterwards, throughout the show, they had WWE superstars along with luchador legends around the front row of the stadium. Dominic Mysterio was in the front row with Liv, and he had a mic, and he started mocking Octagon. And then they got into a bit of a fight. And then afterwards, Dom challenged him for an Intercontinental title match at Money in the Bank. So that was a late match added to the card.
Very late.
Yeah, very late, very late. Dom's a star.
Dom is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Dom is a fucking star. You could actually, not only in WWE, everybody loves him. Down there, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, Ray's a star down there too.
Yeah.
No Ray though. No Ray Mysterio in this event because he was injured. Correct?
Yeah, he's still out with the injury.
Gotcha.
Moving on, we've got Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice versus Chick Tormenta and Dailies.
Dailies.
Dailies. I don't know. This match was all right. This was probably not the best match of the night. Vaquer and Lola Vice get the victory in this.
We got to see the Devil's Kiss. That's all that matters.
From both of them at the same time.
Dual double kisses.
Ooh, man.
And I think Lola Vice's cheeks are still jiggling. Sevi Vaquer picks up the win with the what does she call it? That SBD over I forgot which one she pinned, but anyway, Vaquer and Lola Vice get the win. Third match, we got Legado del Fantasma versus Dr. Hijo de Wagner Jr.
Gesundheit.
Yes, pretty much. Pagano and Psycho Clown. And Psycho Clown, his mask was pretty cool.
It was a good mask, right?
I can see you getting one of those.
So they had one at that mask. Remember, I bought those couple of luchador masks, and they did have a Psycho Clown mask.
Yeah,
with the tongue. They did have one of those.
I don't remember because there were so many freaking masks.
I picked it up and was like, "The fuck."
Jesse now I remember that.
Jesse was like, "Yes, get that one."
Yeah, of course she was. That was the highlight of her weekend. That and the mechanical penis.
Oh yeah. Scotty, what you know about a mechanical penis? We didn't tell you about that, did we?
No, you did not. And
state, not everything comes. Some stuff had to stay in Vegas.
Jesus. So this one kind of surprised me because Legado del Fantasma got the win in this one. This was a pretty good match as well. This might have been the better of the 2-6. I don't know. Might have been the better of the 2 6-man tag matches, but we thought Legado del Fantasma was going to have some issues. They did not.
I was surprised. I was actually surprised at the outcome here.
Yeah, so was I. I think this was the other match I missed in the predictions challenge.
Yeah, this cost me 5 points.
Did put 5 on this one. NXT North American Championship match, Ethan Page versus Javon Evans versus Ray Phoenix versus Laredo Kid. This match was pretty good too. Ethan Page, he did not do a lot in this match offensively. At times he was kind of just sitting out. And
I feel like that's like a theme now. Like if you're watching some of these multi-way matches, ladder matches, 6 ways, 4 ways, the person who wins this usually is out for most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I figure it was just because it's he's not a luchador like the rest of them are 21 and athletic.
That's not how chubby Ethan Page thinks. Chubby Ethan Page would have been right in there. The skinny version of Ethan Page is not a fan of.
So Ethan Page throws Javon Evans out onto Ray Phoenix to the floor, and he hit the upside down frown on Laredo Kid to get the pinfall. The upside down frown, twist of fate.
Gotcha.
Same thing.
Yeah.
To get the win. I was surprised in this being it was a fatal 4-way, and you know how most of those are no DQ, and there was no tables or chairs or anything. So,
yeah.
Was there any of that stuff later in the night?
In the main event, there was a table spot with Gable and Del Vikingo, whatever.
Yeah, that's good booking. That's good booking. The
Sure.
difference between AEW and WWE, there'd have been a table in every match for AEW.
Gable and El Hijo del Vikingo for the AAA World Title was a very good match, very technically sound, mixed in with a little bit of high flyer moments. There was one spot where Gable or Vikingo does a 630 and lands right on Gable's legs. I think it was, or moonsault or something.
Vikingo, we've seen him a bunch of times. He was a lot
He
of
was in
stuff in
AEW. Yeah.
AEW. He was man, he's something else. He's
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
He is fast.
He hits the 630 on Gable to get the win. There was a table spot. I'm trying to think what the hell happened with that. I forgot. But yeah, that was the Worlds Collide pay-per-view. It's pretty good. It was worth a watch. They had Conan on commentary with Corey Graves.
I saw Conan on Money in the Bank. Did they have to help him up?
I think they did.
I
Yeah.
couldn't tell. Yeah, because it's right. He was in the crowd for Money in the Bank.
Yeah. He looks the same, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's definitely a lot older, you know.
His announcing
Conan!
wasn't that good.
Conan.
His announcing wasn't that good.
No, he sounded like he could have been a Looney Tunes character.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I've
Yeah.
listened to his podcast. He's got interesting points, but I can't listen to the show because his voice really grates on me. Like it
I'm
just,
gonna have to download it now. I haven't heard it.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe you'll like it better than I did. I just like every time because I always want to hear what he's got to say because he always has some interesting stuff to say about AEW and even
He's disgruntled.
WWE.
Is he disgruntled?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a disgruntled dude.
That's
but-
how I used to listen to Taz's podcast all the time because Taz was just mad all the time. He was just mad.
But like his voice just grates on me, and it's just I don't know. Again, he's got valid points and good points, but he just can't stand the voice.
Right.
He just sounded like his the tone of his voice was very like quiet almost and just slow. Like it was just I don't know. There wasn't a sound of excitement in it too much. It was just very slow.
Tired. He's tired.
Yeah.
So it almost made me laugh at one point just because I'm like, man, he sounds like one of them Looney Tunes characters.
Do you think it pisses him off that WWE or TKO now owns AAA?
I don't know. It depends on what his paycheck looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully, probably not too big because if it was, they'd
Yeah.
find somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, pretty decent show
that's
for
good.
5 matches. That's one thing that I think WWE's got to get away from is 5-match PLEs.
Yeah.
Like aside from Mania and probably SummerSlam, which are
Well, they do so many. Like they do so many PLEs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 1 or 2 a month now. You got, then you got your Saturday night's main event, and like now you get the Night of Champions coming up and that kind of stuff. Like there's
that's a Saudi show though.
yeah, but still, I mean, they're literally giving you. You got to think too that they're not getting $50 a household now per pay-per-view. It's $9.99 or whatever you pay for Peacock.
Yeah.
You get that is what it. So you get what you pay for. Honestly, that's why people shit on Tony about having 10, 13 matches. But when you pay $50 to get 13 matches, bro, it's worth it. Like you get your money's worth. Now
I don't need 10 to 13
some
matches.
matches
I'd
are
say
shit.
maybe like 6 or 7 would be nice. 5.
I say this goes for indie also. Any indie promotion, no more than 7.
Yeah.
4 in the front, 3 in the back. Your 3 big boys in the back. Your get them back in the seat match. Your semi main, and then your barn burner at the end. So I mean, other than any more than that, your asshole gets numb. You're sitting there forever. You got to go to the bathroom 4 times. I mean, it's just
and my problem is that they do too much build up and talking about it. Like we don't need to hear you talk about everything again, Michael Cole.
well,
Like, for 20 minutes.
I think too that you always have to. Not that we need to know exactly what's going on because we watch it constantly, but there are always new people to come in or people come in casually, and that's why they do all the recaps and that kind of stuff.
But if they quit doing so long of recaps, they could squeeze in a couple more matches, like some meaningful storyline matches. Like you had 2 title matches in this in Money in the Bank, and they were both Intercontinental title matches. One was a late ad. Like both your men's world champions were in a tag match. Neither women's world champions even wrestled.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about bringing back the pre-show, the kickoff?
I'd be fine with one pre-show match, but I still think you need something for Money in the Bank. You should have had both women's world champions in a match. Something after the women's Money in the Bank, maybe to get a teaser or something going on. And I'm really surprised we'll get into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but I just feel like this year there was no teasers, no nothing afterwards.
Yeah. Well, you can't do it every time, right? You can't do it every time. If you stay around for that last little bit of the quarter hour just to see if something's going to pop off or not, then it boosts ratings.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into Money in the Bank. Los Angeles. Didn't realize at the time that both shows were in the same building.
No, they actually weren't. They were across the street from each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too until they said Worlds Collide was right across the street at the Kia Forum. So
I'm wondering if a lot of the fans got confused and tried to go back to the Kia Forum because there were a lot of empty seats in the beginning of that pay-per-view.
yes, I noticed that too. I said, "What the heck? Why are there so many empty seats in that match?" And
I think for the first like 2 matches there was a lot.
Yeah, I saw some video on that kind of stuff. And again, it's LA, right? It's LA. Not everybody was going to go to. I mean, what was the attendance for Worlds Collide? Was it packed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So and it was probably, it might have been 2 different crowds too. And LA traffic and LA is just like, to me, is just like Washington. You know, you go to a Caps game or a Nationals game, you don't see anybody till like the 3rd inning. Like all of a sudden you look around and every seat's full.
Say that one more time. What town is that in again?
Washington. Washington.
Washington.
How do you say it? I'm country boy.
Washington.
Washington. Say it with Crick or creek?
Creek.
You're an asshole. It's a crick, you redneck. These city people. Anyway, again, I saw a lot of people like, oh my God, nobody showed up. They still had 17,000 people. They still had 17,000 people. Regardless of what it looked like for the first match or first 2 matches, they filled in pretty quickly because towards the end of the night, it was full.
Yeah.
So Money in the Bank kicks off with the women's ladder match. Naomi, proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Is Miss Money in the Bank.
She was the favorite. She was the favorite. She was the favorite.
What'd you say, Scotty?
I was going to say, you called it. Like,
that's right. Acknowledge me.
And that's what I was saying earlier. It's like Ricky becomes, when he's drinking, he becomes Rick Stradamus. He's like, I told you that Naomi was going to win. I told you. No shit. No one else on the forums picked anybody else but Naomi. I don't think. Oh, actually, one person picked Stephanie, not her. So
who did that?
I can't.
Scott.
I can't. No, it wasn't Scotty. I can't divulge. I can't divulge.
I changed my pick while we were doing the show because I was like, I was calling Stephanie to win that, and then when you said Naomi, I was like, you know what? He's got a point, and change my pick.
You listen to Rick's picks. Women's Intercontinental title match: Lyra Valkyria against Becky Lynch. Yeah, pretty much.
I literally I was at the home of the USW World Heavyweight.
Can we back the fuck up a minute? I know. Proceed with caution. I know she wins the Money in the Bank. Who is she going to cash? Who do you think she's going to cash it in on?
Tiffany Stratton.
You think she's going to cash it on? Well, I guess is she SmackDown?
Yeah.
Then she will cash it on Tiffany probably.
No, so here's what I'm thinking, and this is a thought that came to me over the weekend. All right, the only viable person for her to cash in on is Bianca. So in my view, what they'll end up doing is putting the title back, one of the titles back on Bianca, and Naomi comes to cash in as soon as it happens. And boom, then that kicks off the whole rivalry of what's going on, and Jade gets involved somehow.
Terrible booking. What do you think, Rick?
Naomi's cashing in on Tiffany Stratton. Jade Cargill's winning Queen of the Ring. She will get the title shot at SummerSlam and take the title off Naomi.
Interesting.
Transitional champion.
I'm going the opposite way. I'm partly you're correct, I think, because that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying the exact same thing that Rick's picks things.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that Jade wins the Queen of the Ring. She faces Tiffany Stratton, wins the title, and Naomi cashes in on Jade.
I like that better.
Oh,
yeah, I like that better. Good call. Yeah, good call.
It's not going to happen, by the way. It's not going to happen. It probably happened the way Scott thinks. So.
Jeez. All right, so the women's intercontinental title match, Becky beats Lyra with a grab of the tights and a roll up.
Terrible grab of the tights. I don't even think she grabbed them completely.
I'm pissed the cameraman wasn't in the right angle to make sure we could
Where's
see
the
it.
old school WWE cameraman at? No butt crack, no.
So Becky wins the women's IC title. Lyra has to raise her hand and parade her around the ring, then for their agreement. Then Becky decides to, oh Jesus, would you put Scotty? I saw that. So then Becky insists that she put the belt around her waist, and as soon as she does, Lyra beats the crap out of her.
Yeah, hits her with the
Nightwing,
and a terrible Nightwing, by the way.
Yeah.
Didn't really lay it in.
One on the floor looked better.
Are we going to get? I mean, is this over with now? I mean, where do we go?
Supposedly Bailey's making a return on Raw tonight.
Okay, cool.
So that I think will be addressed with the WrestleMania shenanigans.
I don't think Lyra's done yet, though.
I don't either. I don't think so either.
They ruffled her feathers.
No shit. So our other title match tonight, we get Dirty Dominic Mysterio defeating Octagon Jr. This match was added at the Worlds Collide show.
This was a softball.
Yeah, it was a filler match. I don't even think it lasted that long.
Dom is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Yeah. Just like
honestly,
like his dad Eddie.
There's really nobody. I mean, they haven't built anybody yet, but there's nobody that's even could get close to him right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even about the title anymore. It's just about Dom.
Dirty Dom, man.
Dom and getting as much pussy as possible.
It's that mustache, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I want to take a ride.
Yeah.
It's the mustache. The Dirty Sanchez look.
Oh, yeah.
The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This one got pretty interesting. And as Ham and I were talking about it, I figured it was just going to be an absolute melee with all the stables involved in here. Seth Rollins is the new Mr. Money in the Bank. Can't wait to see what his briefcase looks like. I know you are, especially if it's got fur on it.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
We had Penta look like he was going to win a few times, and then Grande Americano hit him with the loaded mask at one point.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Then we get Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed show up and destroy people, and then right as they're getting ready to go after Solo, Jacob and Jeff Cobb come down and they clear the ring out, and it looks like Solo's finally going to get a push. He climbs to the top of the ladder. Jacob grabs around the ankle, says, "I hate you."
This was great.
Yeah.
This is actually great. This was great.
Yeah. yeets him off the ladder.
I think
Gives him the
Solo's doing a
moonsault.
really good job here too. Solo's characters really come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really come out.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's funny. He's very funny.
And then Seth Rollins gets back in the ring, and it looks like he's going to climb up and win it. LA Knight, with a last gasp effort, ends up eating a stomp, and Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank.
Pretty predictable. I mean, both of these winners are pretty predictable. Naomi and Seth both.
I feel like on the men's side of things was almost too predictable because you got guys like Andrade in there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Andrade was amazing.
He took
was.
a hell of a beating.
He
Like,
really
I was-
did. This was
Did,
really
did you see in the beginning on the outside where Gable drops the ladder right on his nuts?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The other thing,
Andrade was channeling his inner AEW on a few of their spots.
yeah. No, I was watching it and I was like, okay, the last time I remember seeing Penta in a ladder match of any kind, he Mexican destroyered Dante off the ladders through tables, and Dante Martin broke his leg.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, like I know he's gonna do it. Where is he gonna do it on? And when I saw him give that Canadian or Mexican destroyer to Andrade on the ladder, I was like, oh, like I was like, well, his ankle ain't gonna get fucked up, or screwed up, but his friggin' neck is gonna get screwed up doing that. Like, oh, that did not look good. Like, it looked like it was almost reminiscent. If they had gotten a better shot of it, it was almost reminiscent of freaking KO in the ladder match.
Oh yeah, with Cody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the head going through the rungs. I was like, that's really what it looked like at one point. I was like, oh,
I almost
man.
hold my breath anytime they do something like that because, like, especially watching AEW, because I've said it before, somebody's going to end up getting seriously injured or die
Yeah.
doing some of that crazy stuff.
Grande Americano
Yeah.
looked pretty good.
He
Looked
did.
pretty good.
Yeah, Chad did look good.
I don't know who that is.
I still say they should have booked it. Gable won the AAA title. Americano won the Money in the Bank, and then Americano cashes in on Gable for the AAA title.
That would be something else.
Okay.
They pull the mask off of Americana,
Americana.
Grande America, and it's Ivy Nile.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
Just saying, or they could pull the mask off, and it could be R-Truth.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We were joking about that.
Well, speaking of, we'll get to that in a second here, but the final match of Money in the Bank, Rick.
We got the tag team match: Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Cena and Logan Paul.
This was terrible. If it
It
wasn't
was.
for fucking Logan Paul, this match would have been fucking god awful.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then them two during the match started doing the blind tags on each other, which caused them to start the pushing and shoving. I believe there was a spot where Logan got the knucks out, and did he cracked Jay with them, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Cena hits Cody with the title, and then we got a hooded man jumps the barricade, comes in, tackles Cena, pummels him. He
Who
gets
was it?
up, he takes the mask off, and it's Ron R-Truth Killings.
It's just
Yep.
Ron Killings. R-Truth is gone.
Our truth is dead.
Ron Killings. Big return. But let's talk about there was a spot where Logan Paul, I guess, was going to the top rope to get ready to do a frog splash. And
He's
grabbed
got the drone.
his little pet drone. And as he's talking to the drone, Cody gets up onto the top turnbuckle and superplexes him. And we get to see by the little drone this landing. And then off to the left,
Uso
we got
splash.
Jay hit the Uso splash. It was one of
That
the
was
most ridiculous
awesome.
things I've ever seen.
I wish he would have had the drone when he did the the splash off the top through the table.
Oh yeah.
Did he have the drone for that? He just didn't.
No, that was
No,
in
He
another
had
match.
his phone. He was doing a selfie
That's
Yeah.
before he jumped. Yeah, right before he jumped. So this was an amazing spot. Now, if this would have happened on AEW, Scotty would be shitting all over this. Like, this fucking guy got a camera for. He's a YouTuber.
I would have honestly said I would disagree with you on that because honestly, I've always wanted to see an in-ring like view of what it looks like when when a move is happening to somebody. And that honestly, I give them credit. If AEW had done it, I would say I'd still
Jeff
say
Hardy
it
was
was
doing it at the
unless
Hardy
it was
compound forever.
unless it was Pockets or Jericho doing it,
Yeah.
and then Scotty shitting all over it, or
Again,
the
Oh,
or
well,
the,
I would
or
have
the
loved. I would have
Buckaroos,
if it were Pockets or Jericho. I would love it if they were on the receiving end of it and watching
or your
that.
boys, the Buckaroos.
Yeah, the only thing they know how to do is super kicks, so it wouldn't have been a good view
They could have
anyway.
had cameras tied to their shoes.
True. Again, the Hardys have been doing it through the Hardy compound forever with whatever they call their little drone. It has a name. I can't remember. Remember they had a drone. Remember
Yeah,
Yeah, was
it
that
showed
during
up.
their
It
was
showed
that
up
during
at
their
AEW.
was that
Or
during
that
their
was-
TNA run originally? Because
Well,
I
they
never watched it.
yes, they did have that did that run to the Hardy compound, the delete. That's where that all started. But when it came to AEW, remember that
the
it was
Jericho.
during COVID, and there was no fans in the crowd, and Matt Hardy was up. It wasn't Matt Hardy. It was Brother Nero.
Broken Matt Hardy.
Broken Matt Hardy was up in the fifth deck, and then all of a sudden the camera cut. He was in the third deck, and then camera cut again. He was in the first deck, and then he had the little drone that was flying all around, and Jericho kept trying to swing Floyd at it. They hit him with
Yeah.
the bat. Yeah, so we were like, "Oh my god, this is the worst fucking thing ever."
So, yeah,
and that still is.
Still is.
See, that's
Logan-
the thing. Like, at least they know how to do it right in WWE. Like, they're using Logan Paul. They're using his ego and the drone shots to make it, him more despicable and more hateable. When you just have somebody warping around the arena like that, the freaking disappearing, reappearing act. Like, who cares? Like, that's
I think that on that Matt Hardy went down inside like of a green pipe.
warp pipe.
like Mario. Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah,
Logan Paul definitely saved that match, but after Killings decks Cena with the title, he slides out of the ring, and then Cody hits the crossroads on Cena to get the victory.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for maybe Rollins to come out and tease the briefcase, or just come out and pose with the briefcase, just something.
I think it would have took away from the return of truth. Yeah. So try not to overbook that kind of stuff. But honestly, what do you think about that whole situation? Was it a work? Was it not a work?
No, it was definitely not a
I don't think
work.
so.
Like, again, Brian and I was at the other Hardy compound, the actual Hardy compound.
True.
With Brian on Saturday night, we were watching the pay-per-view, and we were talking about it. And no, it's not. It like he was gone. Like, there's even reports today now that like they reached out to him before they finally got a hold of him, but he would ignore everything until Nick Khan finally called him and said, we need to get you back in here, and whatnot. But yeah, he was gone. He was out the door. There's no work in this one. And
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like, I missed last week's show when you guys talked about it because I'm sick, but Truth was one that I felt like the fans were gonna politic him back into this just because of how beloved he is, with his comedy act and everything, and then just with how everybody backstage respects and loves him as a veteran. Definitely somebody they needed to get back.
Yeah, there's a lot of horse shit going on in the back of in the office at WWE right now. I think there's some fighting between higher ups and that kind of stuff. So good that they made the right decision and listened to the fans. Whether it was a work or wasn't a work, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. If it was a work, they fucking got me. They got 99% of everybody. No, I did see a couple assholes out there say, "Oh, you guys got work." Yeah. Bullshit. You had no idea either. We were all mad.
Yeah.
We were all fucking mad that R-Truth was not there anymore, and we were all looking forward to where R-Truth was going to end up.
Yeah.
So if it was a work,
I jokingly said to Brian the other night, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if like R-Truth, like I know that was a work in the storyline of Austin getting fired and then jumping the barricade and coming into the arena when he's quote unquote fired. But I was like, wouldn't it be funny if R-Truth just like said heck with it, came into the arena, just jumped the barricade just because he could, and got up there and just started making some kind of noise over the whole thing, and it happened, but not for the same reason. Like it, they had already gotten him
You think
re-signed.
R-Truth would have got in that building and nobody would have recognized him?
I mean, they could have. They could have found a. He could have found a way. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody willing to smuggle him in.
He's coming down the aisle during the match with a mop.
Yeah,
like a janitor, dressed as a janitor.
He had all them costumes for his 24/7 gimmick.
Those Johnny Knoxville rubber mask face. I'm down. So anyway, it's a good thing the Truth is back. We're happy. Now, what are they going to do with him? What are they going to do with Truth?
From what I read,
from
what I read is this is going to be his last run, and he wants to be a serious character now and not the comedy act.
Okay. Good.
I don't know how I feel about that, because I love the comedy act. That shit is hysterical. Like some of the stuff he does is just downright hysterical. He's a national treasure.
It's possible that we hate Ron Killings' guts by the end of this, and we're like, Monica, get this fucking guy out of here.
Yeah, return a little Jimmy.
That's what I'm okay with. Like, let Killings be serious, and let Jimmy be funny.
There you go.
Can't take the Jimmy out of people. Put it in them though. Anyway, that's gonna do it here for Heart Rate Wrestling. Another big weekend. So 2 weeks. We're off the rest of this week, boys. We're off.
Okay.
No more this week. So thank you for joining us. A good way to start Kick with one video a week. But we will be at the Toy Expo on Saturday from 1 to 4. We'll be there a little early. And so make sure you come out and see us. We'll sign some autographs. I do got some 8x10s here. I'm not gonna make anybody pay for my shit. But if you want the greatest heel manager in the history of USW and the only, come check it out.
And come see Brian Hardy and Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert's gonna be there. Brian Hardy's gonna be there. Brian's fun. Brian's gonna have some of his figures.
And wait. You're leaving the best for last.
Of course I am.
Scotty and Wyatt and myself will be there.
Darn right.
Well, I don't want. First off, I want that to be a surprise. So thanks for fucking ruining it. Thanks for ruining it. But anyway, Gilbert will have some of his figures. Toy Company made his figures, and he sold out of them immediately. And he should have more for the toy show. So if you didn't get one, or you want it autographed by Gilbert, come on out to the toy show. Get yourself one of those Gilbert figures. So, anyway, comments on the figures. I hate them. I think they're ugly. They're ugly. But he's not very attractive himself. So, anyway, Scotty, did you have something else to say?
Oh, and watch Monday Night Raw tonight.
Yes, Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Post Money in the Bank show. First steps towards the King and Queen of the Ring tourney.
Oh,
yeah. Getting started. And you got Gunther versus Jey Uso for the world title tonight.
Cash in tonight.
Yeah.
Cash in tonight.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Maybe. Anyway, points are updated for the Hardway Wrestling Fantasy League. I don't know who's. I mean, we have one more event left. Right now, Randy's still the champion. I don't know who's in first. Do you know who's in first, Rick?
Some
Scotty, do you know who's in first?
Jabroni is in first.
Yeah, I there's this guy that's in first right now, and he's kind of he's chomping at the bit.